Good morning and welcome into the Pats Nation. I'm Corso. Catone is here. Joe's with us in the booth. You are watching us on YouTube, listening on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, anywhere you podcast. You can catch us. And make sure when you're on YouTube, give us that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that like button, leave us a comment. We'll play it on the show, good or bad. Hey, we could take the abuse. We're good.
We'll take the abuse.
Yes. I mean, we invite abuse. It would be impolite for us not to take it. So make sure you're leaving us a comment, and you can call us and heat it up.
Joe, you know what we haven't heard from in a while is our friend, the Giants fan. Remember, what the hell was his name?
Oh, yeah.
Paul. We haven't heard from Paul in a while.
Paul is banned from the show.
Yeah, Paul used to just call and bust our beans.
I don't think
we have
for a while.
We're not going to hear from him for a while. He's still upset about Scatterboo.
He is upset. He must have jumped off the bridge after Scatterboo's injury. That poor guy.
He thought he had, when they drafted Scatterboo, he was, so he wrote us about that too. But yes, Paul and the rest of you are leave us a message in heated hotline 855-313-PATS PATS message line 24/7. Leave us a message. We'll pick one, play it on the show, or email us on our mailbag corso.catone@gmail.com. Have a good one this morning. No game. They played on Thursday. So we want to talk about that game and Weekly Rewind. Go back, talk about the Jets game. We talked about it in Corso and Catone a little bit, but we want to get a little more detail on that. And in Pat's preview, Mark, we want to discuss what's the road to the number one seed. Is this realistic? I mean, we got to start talking about it because
we have to.
Here they are, the first team. You know, you love how everybody's saying they have the best record in football right now. Well, yeah, because nobody else has played.
Nobody else has played it. But Chris, we would have, if someone said to you they're going to be sitting at 9-2 after 11 games. You there's no way.
No,
we only had them at what 7, 8. We had what 7, 8 max for the year. You and I.
7.
When we did our picks.
Yeah, 7. That's what
7.
we had. Yeah. So we're going to talk about what's the road to the number one seed. We want to break down the Buffalo schedule, Indy, Denver, ourselves, obviously, and see what it's going to take for us to secure that, because I think it's in play at this point. And then in Sunday spread, we're going to give you our locks of the week. We don't have our game to pick, but we have some others, and we'll see if we can make you some money. But hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning. How are we feeling today?
Happy Sunday now, right? Now that we're actually talking about those types of things like playoff Super Bowl sort of conversations.
Chris, you and I can relax a little today because we don't have a game to get revved up for. We can relax today.
We don't have to be nervous.
No, we can relax, watch the games, root against some teams that we want to root against, I'll
still find a reason to scream and yell today.
Yeah.
Just because
your poor wife. I feel bad for your poor wife. I feel bad for your poor wife.
Don't feel bad for me. Don't feel bad for anybody else. You always got to feel bad. Your default feel bad for me always. Period. End of story. Speaking of feel bad for somebody, how's the internet today? Mark?
Don't even get me started. Joe, he's going to bring go watch Corso and Catone from yesterday, and you'll see how the internet is.
All right. Well, the one thing we do want to talk about and get to and discuss is that Jets game. I want to talk a little bit about it, break that down, talk about some of the things we saw in the game, things to be concerned about, things to be excited about, and so much more. We're going to do it in Weekly Rewind, and we're going to do it now. I'm getting it. Going back through the week. About a Weekly Rewind.
May back under center, victory formation one more time, drops to the knee, and the Patriots are going to win over the Jets by 27-14. Final score tonight. They're going to beat the Jets for the 17th time in the last 19 encounters of these division rivals. The Patriots are going to improve to 3-0 in the AFC East. They've won their 8th straight game for the first time, an 8-game winning streak for New England since 2019. When Tom Brady was the Patriots quarterback.
So that was the Patriots winning that game against the Jets to go 9-2. That was the official call of the game on the flagship station. Bob Sosi and Scott Zolak bringing that to us. So, Mark, what did you think? A lot of good stuff happened in the game. What did you think of the game generally? And also, we're going to talk about Drake May. And Joe was at the game. So,
Joe was there. Joe, how was the crowd, Joe, last night?
Crowd was awesome.
Thursday night.
crowd was awesome. They were excited. They were into it. It's the Jets, so they're there in rare form at Red Rock.
Didn't you bring a Jets? Didn't you bring a Jets fan with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you so much.
I said this to him. I said, because he's one of those guys where he's like,
he didn't wear Jets gear, did he?
He may have. We all had like 6 layers of clothing on. Who knows?
He may have. He said.
He may have.
That's how out of it he was.
No, nobody would have known anyways. But
this is 2 years in a row you brought this guy, right?
Yeah. So now it's a thing. They've lost 2 years in a row. I told him if they won, I would have heard about it if you guys won tonight. I said this might be a thing. I may have to now bring you because we win every single time I do.
Right. So look, got a good obviously win the game. Mark, let's talk about Drake May a little bit. What'd you think of his game?
He played well. Chris, the last couple of weeks, he's playing. He's actually, Chris, doing what McDaniels' offense is designed to do. You and I talked on Crossroad Catone, and we talked the last few weeks about how McDaniels just keeps pouring the bucket, pouring the cup, and he just keeps and doing what McDaniels expects out of him. He's moving in the pocket, Chris. You mentioned yesterday he's moving around in the pocket and doing things that he didn't do earlier in the season, and that's really impressed you. Listen, he goes through his progressions, Chris. The thing that impressed me last night, because you criticized him a couple of weeks ago for this, he hit his checkdowns last night. And I thought that was important. He took what the defense gave him. He didn't force anything. Should they have won by more points? Yeah, I think they should have. But he took what the defense gave him, Chris, and he won the game. And listen, that was a trap game. No matter what you wanted to think about yesterday's Thursday night's game, Chris. Thursday night's game against the Jets was absolutely a trap game. And we battled through it and we won it. And that, and May, no turnovers, Chris. No turnovers. I mean, what more do you want from this kid?
Yeah, listen, I mean, another game that he had where he was over 200 yards passing,
100 passing rating.
Passer rating, right? Again, so 280 yards. And by the way, if they have a real number one, and Matt Collins doesn't drop that 50-yard pass downfield, it was right.
That game, you were so pissed at that play. You said
he would have had over 300 yards.
You said he's gonna bring that in.
Got to catch that ball.
He's gonna catch that, right?
I gotta say, looking at them as a whole. It's finally nice to see a Patriots team, the actual word team. I don't think I've ever seen this type of team effort in all of Patriots. I've watched. Everybody's
in history
together. I'm telling you, in history.
Would you shut him off, Chris?
Hey,
Chris, can we pull a plug on him right now? Joe.
Now breaking news. Joe's lost his mind.
I do like the fact that, speaking of Hollins, I do like the fact that he even though he's dropped that pass, like I could see.
Oh, he's been money for them this year.
Work for it.
No, he had a good game yesterday. He dropped that pass, Chris, but he did have a good game yesterday.
Yeah, no, he's been money for them. He has. Mark, listen. What I like about May, he's doing it in different ways. Yeah. So, like, it was a game that you were never worried about. To me, it was your typical when the Patriots were the Patriots. It was your typical Patriots game when they played a crap team, where it was it was boring. This game's is not gonna be in doubt. I'm not worried about it. There's no chance the Jets are gonna do anything in this game to actually take a lead or win the game or any of that. Or they did lead at one point, but the point is, but May. He climbed the pocket. Some of the pass rush was getting to Campbell. He had a nice night, but he was able to step up in the pocket. He was able to be real mobile in the pocket. He looked through his progressions, as Mark said, looked through his read. And that was with basically one hand tied behind his back because Kyle Williams stinks. So you don't really have a number one.
Can I call out Phil Perry?
Yeah, let's talk about the receivers first.
So last week, he finally's getting his chance. They had him learning different positions.
He had one catch.
He had one catch, Chris. And you said to me okay, May makes a good throw. It was, but we still. I mean, you said it wasn't as bad coverage as you thought it was originally from Ben Morrison.
No, it was just it was a crosser route. It was across a route. They had two crossing routes across the field, a high and a low, and all May had to read the single high safety. It was man coverage. Ben Morrison was covering Williams across the field,
and he stumbled a little bit.
Stumbled a little bit. He got behind them and underneath them a little. And May read the safety, go to the other route, and he put the ball in a perfect spot. My God. I mean, it wasn't the fact that he was going 22 miles an hour down the sideline, which Williams was running that fast. There was nobody there. Everybody, any receiver on the Patriots was going to score in that play.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So listen, so anyways, Perry and Phil Perry, I respect him, but I'd love him to come on the show and talk about wide receivers with me and talk about wide receiver play with me, because he has to justify the fact that he loved that pick coming out of the draft. Kyle Williams wasn't even on my board. Okay. Yeah. And every once in a while, I do pick a decent receiver, Chris, every once in a while in the draft, and so he, like, these people last week, Chris, were just throwing flowers at this kid. Like, he finally arrived. The
rookies showed up.
Chris, he caught one ball the entire game. How many did he catch last night? Zero. Right. You said he ran bad.
It was tough to watch.
Turned the wrong way. Like, he's clueless out there, Chris.
Yeah, it's really tough to watch that kid play. And that's why I say May's doing it with, like, basically one hand tied to me. I'm wondering what it would be like, what he would be like
with an AJ Brown.
Actually had a real. And I keep people saying, you don't really need a one. You don't need to deal. You don't need a huge weapon. You don't need. I'm hearing national people talk about this. Get the hell out of here with that. Like, just go away with that. Yes, can May elevate guys around him? Yes, he's shown the ability to do that. Absolutely. Why make it hard? Why make it difficult? Go get him. Go get him an ace. Get him a number one. Get him an X. AJ Brown. What's the story with AJ Brown? He wants out.
AJ Brown tweeted something this week, Chris, about don't use me in fantasy because this is a shit show. It's a shit show this year.
Well, there it is.
He tweeted that. So what does that mean? You think he wants to go back there next year?
Listen,
he absolutely will not be back in Philadelphia.
You could get him out of there with a third-round pick, and this is the place he wants to go.
Of course he does.
He wants to play for Vrabel. He wants to, because you know why? When that kid he comes to, and I don't want to hear anybody say, "Well, he's washed. His knees aren't that good. He can't get separation." Oh, nonsense. Okay, that dude can get separation. He's a true one. And let me tell you, you bring him on this team, there won't be any nonsense here, because Vrabel will say to McDaniels, and McDaniels will succumb to it on his own. This kid's got to get the ball. End of story. Like, that's it. And I don't want to hear about the culture. I don't want to hear, well, he's going to disrupt the room.
No, he's not. They said that about Diggs. Diggs bought right into Vrabel. Bought right in. And let me ask you another question, Chris.
Well, then how weak is the room? How weak is the culture then? If one guy's going to come in and upset the whole thing,
and then all this stuff we've heard all year about what Vrabel has built is a farce. If by bringing AJ Brown in, he's going to destroy the locker room. And how about the other guys on Felger and those guys? They're criticizing Chisholm, Chris, for what? Because there's no space to run on a kickoff.
They say turtles on kickoffs. He just doesn't want to avoid contact. I don't know what the hell they're talking about.
That's
like,
BS.
I want that kid run precise routes. I mean, I'm anxious and can't wait. I get it right now. Right now, they got chemistry. He's not taking Pop Douglas off the field. I get that. Okay, fine. But I'm interested. I can't wait to see next year. I can't wait to see, because that kid can run a route. By the way, Pop Douglas, can the guy stop stumbling? I don't understand. Every time he catches the ball, he gets tackled by the air.
He's falling, and I don't know.
So, I mean, understand what Drake May is doing here, people. Drake May is performing, and he's playing at an MVP level with virtually nobody. I mean, he's got a good OC. He's got a great OC. Okay, he's got a guy that knows how to call a game and call them out of trouble. Okay, and he got a guy. He gets them into trouble.
He does.
The play caller.
That's the play caller. And so Drake May's doing a fantastic job. I'm just simply saying, if you get him some more talent, he could be that much better. Why make it hard?
Let me tell you this. Randy Moss happened to be at the game.
He was there last night. I saw that. Yeah.
And Had he suited up, I guarantee you these stations would be saying a different thing if he was just on the field now, retired and all. Now he would still make a difference, and that's why you need that wide receiver one.
You gotta have.
How
that
about
guy.
Gronk? He signed his retirement papers, Christian. He said to Bob. Bob said, "Could you give us a couple of routes?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "What's the signing bonus?"
Right, give me the briefcase of money.
Give me the briefcase. I'll go out and run. I'll go in the red zone and catch a couple for you.
And by the way, hats off. Hats off to Gronk. He signs the 1-day contract, retires as a Patriot, and you know what, Mark? Good guy. He's still in the area. He's still local. He's done so much in the community. And Susan Hurley, who the Patriots lost, she was an employee with the Pats. We lost her November 1st from ovarian cancer, and she was very close with Gronk. Helped him a lot with all his charitable contributions and setting things up with him and for him in the area. He made a promise to her, right, Mark?
Yeah, he did.
That he would retire a Patriot.
Yep, and he did.
And he fulfilled that promise.
He did it for her. So,
so you know what?
Guy,
good for him. All good stuff. Everything's coming up Patriots, Mark.
Chris, the rest of the league must want to really blow their brains in.
They hate themselves right now.
Oh my God!
I can't deal with it. I'm listening to the guys on the Get Up show there. Woody saying we're back, and I had that cut too. We'd play it today, but they're saying we're back. Brewski, these guys, and then the rest of them. Green, what's his name? Mike. Who's the head anchor on that Get Up show?
Oh yeah. No, I know.
Greeny there.
Yeah.
He can't stand it as a Jets fan. Rex Ryan is disgusted. They're all disgusted.
He's disgusted, Ryan.
The Patriots are back. But from the game offensively, look, it wasn't perfect. They came off the bye. Drake May, though, looked good. I thought the offensive line looked good. And Trevion.
The offensive line, though, Chris, let me ask you a question. Henderson only had 3.3 yards rushing, average rush for average, though. So was it that good of a game from the O-line? I don't know.
No, I thought it was good. I mean, they only rushed for 65 yards, but I thought that they played well in times. I thought they had, like Campbell, for example, he had some real nice run blocks, not all night, but like in spots, and I thought the pass protect, they kept May upright for the most part. Yeah. There was one guy that came clean off the edge on one play. There was really no chance. I heard people criticizing May saying, "Hey, you got to get rid of the ball." I mean, Mark, he had no time to throw that ball. When I think it was Johnson that came off the edge. Is that number 11? Yeah. So
it was Johnson. Yeah.
They kept him pretty clean all night, and I think Henderson again. Now that's 2 games in a row. I think he broke some sort of record with 2 touchdowns, 2 games in a row, some from a rookie, something like that. So we'll see if the offense can keep it going. But when we come back, we're going to talk more about the defense. But this portion of Weekly Rewind was presented by Corso and Catone, the real deal New England feel. Saturdays, noon Eastern. Hey, we got Catone's comments. He tells you about his internet and all kinds of stuff. He loses his mind on there. So make sure you're tuning into that.
Listen, Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yep, B's and C's. And we're going to be talking about the Providence College Friars in our PC Minute, bringing that back. So make sure you tune into that every week. When we come back, got to stay in Weekly Rewind, talk a little defense, no flipping.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more
Corso and Catone. Saturdays at noon.
What did you see from the defense on New York's opening drive, and why do you think it's just been so difficult to get that stop on the opening possession this season?
As a quarterback tonight, we couldn't faster than most of the guys we got and didn't do a good enough job, so we recovered a little bit, and, we'll have to try to continue to be better there, but, there's plenty of opportunities and places where we play good defense, and I have to remember that they can get a first down and we can still stop them. It doesn't have to be 3 and out every time.
So that was Mike Vrabel following the game, discussing the defense when asked about, the first drive of the game. Again, you had the Jets come down on a 13, 14, whatever the hell it was, play drive that lasted half the quarter, which is, that's embarrassing. And you know why it was embarrassing? Okay. It was embarrassing because they were a one-trick pony on the entire drive. All they had was read options. Okay, it was Fields reading the mesh, reading the end and either keeping it, handing it off. It was all run plays. It was edge stuff. Are you going to tell me they didn't know that was coming? This guy throws for less than 100 yards a game.
Yeah.
Mark, what's the problem? Why can't they get ready for these games? Like, why don't they look prepared on the first drives of these games? Make great adjustments, but why?
They make great adjustments. I don't know, Chris. Listen, and I know not a lot is being said of it because the poor man is sick, but is it the fact that Terrell Williams is not there? He was supposed to be the OC. The guy that is the OC has worked for years with Vrabel, and I get all of that, but for some reason, the adjustments are made, but the game planning, something's happening with the game planning, Chris, where on opening drive of the game, teams go right down the field, and then all of a sudden you got to scramble and adjust. But why don't you have something in place to start the game?
I don't know. I mean,
game planning? Is there something wrong with their game planning?
It's got to be something in preparation and film study when they're putting that plan together. Now,
something, right?
I don't know if Vrabel. I don't know where he is. You hear him and he makes these little comments, and I tend to believe that he's spending a lot of time with the offense. A lot of time with the offense.
You don't think he's spending time with the defense?
Well, I think he is. I for sure think he is under the circumstances. But I think he's giving Kerr a lot of leeway on the defense.
But you mean to tell me he's not going to give McDaniel leeway? McDaniel's been doing this for years, Chris.
Listen, we know there's something in there with this McDaniels Vrabel thing.
Wow.
I mean, we know it. Every time somebody brings up McDaniels, he wants to talk about the other four guys that are basically getting their water.
I'll say this, Chris. If he's spending a lot of time with the offense, that's a mistake because you don't need to spend time with the offense. You got McDaniels there.
Right. I mean, and I don't know that. I mean, I'm speculating. I'm trying to understand because I understand what a game plan preparation week looks like and what film study is and all that and how to put a game plan together.
I was just going to say that you've done it, Chris. So
and I'm wondering, obviously not on that level, but I don't understand. I mean, when I watch the New York Jets, it's simple. Hey, the first order of business is to make Justin Fields throw the ball from the pocket. End of story, period. Seal the edge, keep him in the pocket, and make him deliver the ball down the field. When they did that, he couldn't do it.
You brought up a good point yesterday on Corso Catone. You played a clip from Bedard, and Bedard was talking about that it was terrible. It was a disgrace that they couldn't stop the RPO. And you said, "Oh, hold on a second." You said, "Greg, it ain't an RPO. It's a read option. There is no passing. He's not passing the ball out of it. It's like a college read option. Yeah. He's not throwing the ball. It's not even three. It's just a read option. It's not a run option. There's no pass. There's no pass."
This is what we heard.
Their third down defense has started to get a little shaky here of late, and of course pass rush has to do with that, the ability to get home with 4, and are they going to have enough at edge to last this season and be effective? I think it's a big question.
Oh, there was that, but I think you were talking about the other cut, this cut where Bedard was talking about
Vrabel sounds like he's getting increasingly annoyed about it. He said something about he has to remember that they played stretches of good defense also. So I think he's starting to get pissed. In a lot of these games, I just haven't understood, what the approach is. You're going against Justin Fields, who throws for 100 yards a game. But he's a really good runner. And that's one of the only weapons that they have on this team. You don't have a better plan. You're not more conservative to be we're just going to make them run from the pocket. I mean, how many times were they going to give up edges in the running games on little RPOs that aren't even all that complicated? So definitely frustrating. I think a little bit of they're going to have an extra time off of this game, and then also they had the bye.
Yeah, that was the cut you were talking about, and it isn't even RPO, Mark.
No.
It's not even read pass option. It's not. There's no pass coming from that. It's a read option. That's all it is.
You brought that up yesterday, Chris, and that was a great point. It's not even on RPO.
They run a college offense.
Yeah. And then he brings up the other thing he brings up.
He was never on. I don't think he was on the center at all, ever.
No. And then he brings up the 4-man rush in the edge, which I know drove you out of your mind last night.
I don't understand. They can't. They're not, and it's every week now. They just can't get pressure with their front four. The Patriots. They can't do it. And I understand. And people say, well, Williams went out of this game, but not early. I mean, like they're just not getting consistent pressure with four. And Landry looks like he's running around in quicksand.
Let me ask you a question, Chris. So, are they rushing four? If you're rushing four, is that because you're trying to play zone? If you were going to play man-to-man, if you were going to play man-to-man with Gonzalez and Davis, why wouldn't you be able to bring some blitz packages?
You would. Yeah, you would. They run a lot of zone. Because this is
you said these aren't zone corners. You said to me last night, you said, Mark, they're not zone corners.
This is this Tennessee Titan defense where you rely on your front four. Philly plays this, where you rely on your front four for a rush.
But Philly's got 8 linemen, Chris, that they can rotate in there so damn deep.
They have better talent. The point is, but they play a lot of zone behind it. Yeah, of course, because, I mean, if you're rushing 4 guys, you have 7, you have 7 dropping, and you're not, you don't have 7 in the patterns. You're not playing man. You know what I mean? So they're playing a lot of zone, and the tools that they have in their tool belt are man corners. Gonzalez and Davis played well. They're good man. Even Jones, they're good man cover corners. And so why you're not utilizing that and just coming up with some different, more exotic, your pressure packages need to be better with as far as blitz packages go. I think you need to blitz a little more than they are.
Let me ask
because you're not getting there. They're not getting there with 4. It's not happening, and I don't see it being corrected all season.
Yes, Chris and Mark. Like Chaseon's the only guy in the last several games or so who's had a few moments to get clear and get in. He didn't do it with the Jets as much, but he did the past few games. And why aren't they making those packages for him? At least to design something for him to get in. At least someone.
I mean, they're relying on him coming off the edge, and they're using him as a wide 9 and as a defensive end like he should be. And then, I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to do with him. It's just they Bondmore, okay. And I know Bondmore is really frustrated. He's been consistently frustrated all season long so far. He just can't seem to get home. So
and
I think it's because of the back end, Mark.
Yeah.
Like people are like, why can't they get pressure with 4? Because what nobody's talking about is what's happening on the back end. When their zone players, their middle of the field zone coverage is bad. Yeah. It's not good. So guys are coming open quickly. What I would be interested to know, and maybe next week I'll get some of it. What's the average that the opposing quarterbacks getting the ball out? Time to get the ball out. How long is it taking the opposing quarterback to get the ball out?
I don't know. And
the reason I ask that is because people are scratching their head. Well, why can't Bondmore? Why can't they get home? Because the ball is coming out from the quarterback pretty quick. Guys are getting open because our interior coverage with our safeties and our backers is not good enough. They're not clamping down. They're not locking on in zone. They're not getting on top shoulders. They're not getting to hips. They're late. Gonzalez played bad, Mark. He didn't have a good game.
He got praised after the game, Chris, but I didn't think he had a good game. Listen, the guy Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell, dropped a couple of balls. He was beat. Yeah. Another guy had him beat, and Fields just threw a terrible pass. So, yeah, I thought that was one of Gonzalez's worst games since he's come back, considering you weren't playing against top-flight wide receivers. Now, next week, you're going to go against Chase and Higgins. That's going to be a different story.
It is. Yeah, I thought he played soft in his coverage.
And I'm going to say this too, Chris. You said to me last night, the biggest bust of free agency
Davis.
It's Davis. Listen, we got a problem next week, Chris,
Did you
because
see that play against Mitchell in the red zone where he opened his
yeah,
hips?
explain it. Explain what he did, please.
First of all, you're in the red zone. I'm not worried about getting beat deep. I'm not worried about somebody running by me, let alone Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Davis is playing a man. Okay.
Mm.
And he may have gotten 3 steps into his route, and all of a sudden Davis opens outside, and he gave up the slant, and he caught that slant in the red zone, and Mitchell caught that slant and got down to about the 5-yard, whatever was on the first touchdown drive.
Yep.
You got to stay square. You don't give up your leverage there. What the hell are you giving up your leverage for? He's not going to run by you. Like, what do you, I don't, yeah, he hasn't been good. He's not.
And yeah, you said he's a bust. You said, well, not that he's a bust, but you said they paid way too much money for him. He's not worth the money he's getting.
No.
At least he hasn't shown it.
No, there were other guys that were better than this, So they're gonna have to figure out how to get more pressure. And you're right.
Chris, talk about the edge. Talk about what you saw from Landry.
Well, I didn't see much from the edge. I gotta be honest.
Bondmore doesn't disrupt the RPO. But the edge, you were disgusted with the edge play yesterday.
The way they played the mesh was just pissed me off. Like the point of where Fields would put the ball in the running back's gut and then make the decision to keep it or hand it. College, that mesh point, that point. Bondmore chose and kind of went inside and hit the running back. He should have been hitting both guys. He should have been hitting that moment. And they consequently gave up the outside. I mean, all night long, and it didn't matter who it was. Bondmore, Chason, Ponder, Jennings. Don't even say his name. Don't even say his goddamn name to me. But he did it too. Okay? All night long. On a one-trick pony, Justin Fields, who can't throw the ball from here to there to save his life.
Giovanni Tavai.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. They could not set an edge, and to me, that was the game plan.
Yeah.
Set the edge. Keep Fields in the pocket.
What else
Make
can
him
he
throw the ball?
What else can he do, Chris? Fields.
Nothing. Make him throw the ball from the pocket.
Yeah.
That's simple. Because you saw what happened when they kept him in the pocket. He hit Gonzalez in the back with the ball one when he was throwing from the pocket one time. So
I thought they did a decent job on Breece Hall.
Yeah. I mean, they're a good run. They're a good team against the run. They're pretty good. Obviously, Justin Fields runs. That first drive was atrocious. So Mark, the things they got to get it settled. They got to get their game plan settled better during the week.
Because I'm going to tell you something. Because if you couldn't handle Fields, what's going to happen when you're going to go to Baltimore and play Jackson? If they're still in contention, and oh, by the way, if they're still in contention, that game's probably going to get flexed to a night game. That's our prediction.
I would be surprised.
You're going to have a problem. You're going to have a major problem against him.
So there's some things to fix. They got a good defense. I'm not saying they don't. I'm just saying
they absolutely do.
You played a lot of stiffs this year, and there's some good competition coming, and we're gonna have to see how they perform. So Weekly Rewind was presented by, who are we? Corso Law Group, Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. CorsoLawGroup.com. Allow us to be your voice. When we come back, going to talk about what's the road to the number 1 seed. What do we do now? Pat's preview is next.
No one ever thinks they will be in need of a criminal or traffic lawyer, but things happen. Corso Law Group is Arizona's leading criminal and traffic law firm. Call or go online to CorsoLawGroup.com and talk with these expert attorneys.
Back in with more Pats Nation. All right, let's talk about the road ahead a little bit, shall we, guys? Let's do it in Pat's preview. Joe?
Pats preview.
Okay, Mark, how do you want to do this? Who do you want to talk? We're going to talk about our road first, okay? Yeah, so they're 9-2.
Yep.
First of all, I mean, is it a pipe dream? And you see this as a possibility to get the number 1 seed?
Well, I do.
You have to.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. So you're sitting with 9 wins, Chris. You got Cincinnati, Giants, Jets, Miami, 4 games put you, if you win those 4 games, which you conceivably should, that puts you at 13 wins, Chris. How is it not possible? Now,
yeah.
you got Baltimore and Buffalo. You split. Even if you split, you're at 14.
Okay. So when you go to the next at Cincinnati, now chances are Burrow's not going to be back for that game.
No, they said he's not going to be back until probably either Thanksgiving weekend or the weekend after.
Okay. They have weapons. I mean, we're not going to break the whole game down, but they have a lot of weapons, but defensively they're terrible.
They have weapons. Defensively, they're awful.
So that's a game you think they should win?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
Giants,
Flacco, Chris, just sits in the pocket. He ain't running RPOs, Joe Flacco.
right. That's a game you should be able to listen. Chase will get him. I know he'll get him here and there, but that's a game Gonzalez will get up for too.
Yeah. He'll get up for that game. Yeah.
And that'll be a great matchup.
You're probably playing the number 1 receiver in football, so he'll get up for that game.
I mean and I think he'll do a fine job on him.
I'm concerned about Higgins on the other side against Davis. Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about.
Yeah. Okay, so then the Giants game you should win. They fired Daboll. You're not seeing that team the week after.
They're not going to get the ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
You think we'll hear from Paul?
We'll probably hear from Paul that week.
We probably will hear from Paul before.
We won't hear from Paul post game. We'll hear from Paul pregame.
Yes, pregame. You're not going to hear from post game. No, pregame. You'll hear from him pregame.
Yeah. And then they get the bye. So let's say, okay, after this, all of this, like they do what you say. Let's say they end up with 13, 14 wins.
Yep.
Okay. All right, fine. That's the measure. So that's the number, 13. Now let's talk about the other.
We're talking about them possibly having 13 wins, Chris. Really? Seriously?
No, I can't. I'm shocked by it, honestly. It's because of the quarterback. It's because of the quarterback, the buy-in, the coach, it's
the play caller.
So it's just, this is a team that's what he's selling this team. I told you from the beginning, when they know you love them, okay,
yeah,
they'll do anything.
You did.
They'll die for you out there.
Yep, you did.
And that's the way they look at Mike Vrabel.
Yeah.
End of story, including Diggs. So, talking about Indianapolis. So this is the next team.
What do they got for? What's their schedule left, Chris?
So they're on a bye this week.
Yep.
Okay, and then they have they go to the Chiefs.
That's a loss.
Yeah. They go home to the Texans.
I'll give them that one.
That would be then their ninth win, right?
We'll give them that one.
At Jacksonville.
That's a game that, Jacksonville could beat them at home, Chris.
So you think that's a loss for them?
Could be.
Okay, so they're still sitting at 9 wins. They go at Seattle.
Loss.
Yeah, I think they're going to lose that game.
Okay, so let's say they beat Jacksonville and you lose to
No,
Seattle.
but let's say they split with Jacksonville because they get them at home again.
Yeah, they split.
All right. Okay. So they split with Jacksonville, which was now 10 wins now. So he's talking, because they got 8 now. 8, 9, 10. Okay. So they're 10 wins. They lose to Seattle, still 10 wins. They're home against 49ers.
Give them a win there.
Okay. That's now what?
11.
11 wins, right? Yeah. 11 wins. And then they're at Houston.
That's a
last game of the season.
Well, it depends if Houston's fighting for a playoff spot.
I'm going to give them the win there.
Okay, so give them the win. That's 12.
That's 12 wins, right?
Yeah.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 wins. So that's 12. So you beat them out. In our little scenario. Yep. You beat them out with us even losing both of those games, because if we beat the Bengals, Giants, Jets, and Dolphins, and we lose to the Bills and Ravens, everybody will be saying we can't win in the playoffs now because we can't beat good teams. Fine, but we'll still have beaten out Indy under our scenario.
You'll still have 13 wins. Yep.
Okay. Now you have Denver.
Yep.
Okay, so they dealing with Denver. Now it's weird. Do you want Denver to win because we don't want the Chiefs? Like, would you rather have home field throughout the playoffs, or would you rather the Chiefs get bounced and you don't have to play them in the playoffs?
I'd rather the Chiefs get bounced.
You want to go on the road?
Yeah. What do you think? We play well on the road, Chris.
Mark, we're not going to beat the Chiefs.
No, that's why I want them bounced.
Listen, I love the Patriots and I love how they're playing, but they're flawed. They're still a flawed team, and you have to see that.
Chris, I want the Chiefs bounced.
Okay. Well, then, okay. So here we go then. So you want Denver? You want Denver to be? So
but I think Denver's going to split with them. I think each team will win a game. They got 2.
So
left,
Denver
right?
has 8 wins right now.
Don't they play each other twice?
This week they play. The Chiefs and Broncos play. They're home against the Chiefs this week. So you think they beat the Chiefs, or do you think they lose this week?
I think they beat them.
Okay, because you got them splitting, right?
I got them splitting.
All right.
They'll lose at Kansas City.
Which is the second to the last game. Okay. So that puts them at 9 wins. Then they get their bye. Now they come home to Washington. That should be a win. Okay.
Yep,
that's 10 wins. At the Raiders.
Win.
That's 11 wins. Home against the Packers.
Loss.
Okay. Still at 11 wins. Home against the Jacksonville.
Win.
12 wins. At the Chiefs, we said was a loss. Last game of the season, home to the Chargers.
Well, that could be for the division.
So 8, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Max is 13. Max.
12. So they could end up tied with New England.
Maybe. Unless we win 14.
Well, unless you split with Baltimore and Buffalo.
Yes.
Then you get
and
14.
that's saying that they're going to beat the Chargers the last week of the season.
Right. So, I mean.
And that's saying they don't lose to Kansas City twice. I think we might be wishful thinking that they split with them. Kansas City's in desperation mode, Chris. Kansas City can't lose many more games.
Is this a must-win game for Kansas City this weekend?
It's a must-win game for Kansas City, positively. It is.
Against Denver this weekend?
Yes, positively. They're one of the teams I'm taking this week.
Well, we're going to get to that.
When we get to our last segment.
Okay. So, are you okay? Before we get to Buffalo in our division,
let me ask you. Yep.
I got a question. Okay. Of these two teams, Indy and Denver, are you worried about either one of them facing either one of those teams? Either place in Denver or in Indy?
Well, I'm not afraid about playing Indy and Indy. Denver's always been a little shop of horrors out there. I don't know, just crazy things happen out in Denver. I don't think Denver's that good. I think Denver's won a little bit with smoke and mirrors.
Well, they win in close games. They come back. They win. They win late.
Close games. So, but I will say this, Chris. I don't fear going into Denver with that team they got. I really don't.
No. I don't either.
I look at their receivers, Chris, and I think our corners can shut them down.
The teams that I'm worried about are the teams with the veteran quarterbacks.
I'm worried about Buffalo. I'm worried about Kansas City.
And Baltimore, the teams that have the quarterback, the teams that have the MVPs for quarterbacks.
Yes.
Those are the teams you worry about. Yes. I'm not worried about Daniel Jones. I'm not.
No, I'm not worried about him. He'll show his true self.
And I don't think Nix is. I think he's good. I don't think he's.
No,
I think we put it this way. I think we have the better. I think we have we win the quarterback matchup.
Yes.
In those two games.
Yes, we absolutely do.
Imagine
100%.
So, okay. Division now, because obviously, if we're going to get the number 1 seed, we're probably going to win the division. But
we have to.
Let's go through the exercise of discussing it. Okay. So we have Buffalo. Joe, you catching all this stuff over there? You making notes?
I'm looking at all these other teams. I'm trying to keep up with you guys and going. There is the possibility with the momentum we have that we could pull off.
You're on the table.
Off by like 15 wins.
You ain't with 15. Joe, go pour yourself a glass of scotch, would you?
Lamar Jackson just got back, right? He's got the knee. There's a potential he might not be.
It's a hot team right now.
He might not be. Yeah, but the thing is, the Bengals and Baltimore are always the two teams I always worry about. No matter what.
You talked about running the table. My prediction is Baltimore's running the table. They're not going to lose another game all year.
Yeah, I think you may be right. You may be right.
That's
and I'll tell you what, I'm afraid,
including beating us.
Yeah, and I don't want our game flexed. I don't want to
play them on a Sunday night. No,
all that hype and all that nonsense on a Sunday night in Baltimore. Nope. I'm not interested in that. I'm really not. Nope. But hey, you know what? You never know. Listen, they've surprised us all year.
Joe, you might, Joe. They surprised us all year. You might be right, Joe.
I mean, what if they flex that game and New England goes into Baltimore and beats them, Mark?
Joe,
what the hell do we say then?
Joe, you do realize if they run the table, they win 15 games.
That's what I'm saying. So by that point, though, what my point is that by that point, I think they'll be, like seasoned, literally seasoned, if you will, by this point to actually turn your heads to think that, wow, they could actually win through the playoffs.
Well, they've learned how to win.
They've learned how to win. Joe, Chris, listen, we talk about MVP quarterbacks. Well, they beat Josh Allen already once, who's an MVP quarterback. And you're going to tell me Baker Mayfield's an MVP candidate
Well,
this year?
he's a candidate. He was.
He was.
I don't think he is anymore, but he was. Yeah. I mean, listen, that Tampa is a quality win. We said it. We said everybody said it going in.
I am going to tell you something. If Tampa Bay gets Godwin and Williams back for the playoffs,
Evans
and Abuka
I don't know if Evans has come back though.
But if he does, and Abuka is their third receiver, look the hell out. Look out.
Well, he ain't their third. He's there too because he's better than Godwin.
but teams are gonna play like he's their third because of Godwin and Williams' Evans' reputation.
Yeah. Okay, listen, let's talk about Buffalo.
Okay, let's do it.
So this week speaking of Tampa, they play Tampa at home. Buffalo's needing to bounce back.
It's a must-win game for Buffalo. If the Buffalo don't win this week, Chris, they're in big trouble.
What the hell is their schedule? What they got? 6 wins, right? They're 6-3. They're 6-3. So you're saying they're going to win that Tampa game?
They have to. It's a must-win.
Okay, so that makes it 7. Not at 7 wins. Okay. They go at Houston.
It depends if Stroud is back. Stroud is out right now. So let's give him the win, Chris.
Okay, that's 8. At the Steelers.
Loss.
Okay, still at 8. Home against the Bengals.
Win.
Now, Burrow will be back.
Burrow will be back for that game.
So you think they're going to beat Bengals anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where was I? So 6, 7, 8. That's 9 wins now.
Yep.
Now they come to us.
Loss.
Okay, still at 9 wins.
We're gonna beat Buffalo again, Chris.
So we're gonna go undefeated in the division.
Yes, in the division. We're gonna beat Buffalo again. Absolutely. Okay. We're gonna beat them.
They go to Cleveland, that's a win.
That's
okay. Win. So why do I keep losing count? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 wins.
Yep.
Now they're home against the Eagles.
What game is that? The last week of the season?
Second to the last week.
Win.
Okay. That's 11 wins. And then they play the Jets. That's a win.
12.
That's 12 wins.
That's max, Chris. And that's giving them a win against Philly. And that's giving them a win against Tampa. And that's giving them a win at Houston. I don't know if they'll get to 12 wins, Chris. I think we have a better road to the division than they do. Absolutely we do.
So you realistically, we end up with 13, maybe 14 wins.
If we end up with 13 wins, Chris, and that's only beating Cincinnati, Giants, Jets, Miami, 4 games that are winnable, put you at 13. 13, Chris, put you slap dab in the middle of being the number 1 seed.
Yeah, right there.
Sure,
that's talking tiebreakers with Denver now, and that's like in that situation.
Let me ask you this, Chris. And I asked you this yesterday on the show. Who wins another Super Bowl? Who wins a Super Bowl first? New England or Buffalo?
New England.
Buffalo's
not going to win but Buffalo's not going to win a Super Bowl in our lifetime.
So their window closed. So Buffalo's window closed.
Buffalo had their chance. They had their opportunity.
Chance, right?
They had their chance.
The window closed.
Look, they don't have anything on the outside.
No.
They have nothing on the outside. They have nobody to throw the ball to. He's trying to do too many things on his own. Yeah. Cooks is great, but you could take Cooks out of a game. So what the hell do they have on offense? And defensively,
the window closed. You're right.
Defensively,
I agree.
They are not the same defense they used to be in the past with Poyer and Hyde and White. And
No, they're
not that
And-
defense
and-
anymore.
And the lineman is hurt. Their best defensive player lineman is hurt.
Oliver,
I don't know when he's coming back, but he's out. So yeah, that's a problem.
yeah, their window might be closed. Those Buffalo fans must want to. Oh my God.
Oh my God!
can't
Can
even
you imagine those poor
The
people?
Bills Mafia. They're not taking any posters. They're not taking any friggin' What do you call those things? Those signs out on Route 1 this year.
Not
Ain't
this year.
doing
They're
that.
not. They're not
Son
doing
of a
that this
bitch.
year. No, they're not.
So it's realistic.
So what do you
everyone.
think, Chris? Realistically, they
Yeah,
let's
realistic.
face it. Realistically, Joe, you are right, Joe. They have a legitimate chance to be the number 1 seed if they stay healthy. If they
And
stay
home
healthy,
field advantage.
they
through
got a
the play.
legitimate chance of being the number 1 seed and home field advantage throughout the playoffs. They get a bye, but would a bye be bad for this team, Chris?
Yeah, you know what though?
Yeah.
You know what the bye means? Possibly.
What?
Guess who? Your tomato can game in the division round may be Kansas City.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It
That
may
ain't
be
a-
Buffalo.
Well, that ain't a tomato can
It
game.
may be
It might be
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yeah, that's not a tomato can game. Yeah. Not
That's
a tomato
the
can
problem.
game. Yep, not a tomato can game. I'm
That's
going to
the
tell you what
problem.
game it's going to be. The tomato can game's going to be Pittsburgh coming back here.
Oh, we'll slap that team around.
Because
Yeah.
Baltimore's going to run the table. Maybe lose one more game, even if we beat them. Baltimore's going to win that division, Chris. The tomato can game is going to be Pittsburgh. It's going to come in here.
Well, let's see what happens. But now we got to try to make you some money. I beat you to it. Sunday spread. Okay, guys, we don't have a Patriots game to pick today, but Mark, let's make these people some money out there. Will you? What do you got?
So I already said it, Chris. It's must win. I'm taking Denver's favorite on the road. I'm taking Denver, not Denver. Kansas City's favorite on the road, Chris. I'm taking Kansas City. It's must win. If Kansas City loses, Chris, they're 5-5. They're not going to make the playoffs if they lose this week, Chris. They're in big trouble.
Yeah.
This is a must-win game for Kansas City. Must win.
What's the line? What's the spread?
Buffalo's 3.5, 4, depending on what site you're using.
Wait a minute. Is this the Buffalo Tampa game you're picking?
No, I'm picking Kansas City over Denver.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
Chris,
3.5.
Chris, it's must win. If they go 5-5, they're not going to get in.
Denver's sneaky though, man. They find ways to win games at the end.
No, I know they
They're
do.
one of those
I know,
teams
yeah,
that just,
well, I know, but
That changes everything. If what Mark just said, though, everything you guys just talked about, that changes a lot of dynamic.
It really
City doesn't do anything.
Well, if Kansas City wins this game Sunday, Mark,
Yep.
that puts us in a real nice spot for number 1.
Oh, it does. Realistically, Chris, we probably want Kansas City to win the game, but I don't want them to win the game because I don't want them in the playoffs.
No, I'd rather Denver win this game and then lose another
Yes.
time. You know, but you
Absolutely.
got Kansas City winning this. You got the 3.5 doesn't bother you. You got Kansas City.
3.5, 4
must
doesn't bother. It's a must-win game, Chris.
I'm looking at it the same way on the other side with Buffalo, Tampa, Buffalo. So it's a 5.5 point spread. Tampa's coming into Buffalo. It's 5.5. I don't know if Godwin. I'm not sure what the status is of. So check the injury report before you go and bet anything. Okay, out there. But it's a 5.5 point spread right now. I'm taking Buffalo because Buffalo's back is against the wall right now. I mean, they're sitting in a situation. They're at home. You go and lose to Tampa at home, you might as well cash in your season at this point.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you what I like Buffalo too. I'm going to tell you this right now. Bury it. Do what you got to do. I don't care. Go get the Brinks truck and bury it. Bury it. Kansas City Buffalo teaser. Go get the Brinks truck.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same
back
thing.
Back it up, and just bury it. That's an
So
easy.
you want to take the tease. You want to take it so Buffalo's getting like a 1.5.
Yes.
And you want to take Kansas City so they're getting.
Yes.
They're
yes.
getting 3.
I'm gonna
3.5.
absolutely bury that teaser. Bury it.
Okay.
Bury it.
Who else do you like?
I'm gonna tell you what else I like. You might think I'm crazy.
I already do.
I don't know how the hell Philadelphia. I watched them the other night. They didn't impress me at all.
They're confusing.
Something's not right with that team. I don't know.
And Green Bay too, but go ahead.
I don't know how they're favored over Detroit. I'm taking Detroit.
2.5.
I'm taking Detroit. I don't know how Philadelphia's favorite.
Again, check the injury reports. I don't know if there's anything on there that's going to bother you, but
check the injury report. But Chris, Philadelphia. I watched that game against Green Bay, and I'm saying to myself, something's not right with either one of these teams.
Yeah, Green Bay's the same situation for me. I look at that team and I run away from them too because they killed me in a tease the other 2 weeks
ago.
And
then AJ Brown's comment this week, Chris, I'm like, who the hell would take Philadelphia? He's telling you it's a shit. This season's a shit show.
Yeah,
he's tweeting that out publicly.
And I'll tell you what, Green Bay is playing Minnesota this week. It's a 5.5-point spread. They're favored. Something's wrong with Green Bay. You know what? I'm so pissed at Green Bay. I had a tease. I had a 6-team tease. Everyone came in and they go and got beat by Carolina at home. They got beat by Carolina at home.
You out of your mind that week.
And I brought the line down to 3.
Yeah. How do you lose to Carolina at home? Carolina's
disgraceful.
Listen, I went to the Carolina game here, Chris. They're putrid.
That's
they're
a trash
terrible.
bag team, man.
That's a trash bag team. And they couldn't beat them at home.
Listen,
Green Bay.
It's Jordan Love. Something's not right with him.
Yeah.
Something's not right with that kid. He's not good in the pocket. He doesn't read the field well. So I'm staying away from that game too. The other game I like, believe it or not, this is going to be, you're going to think this is crazy. Okay. 2 games, actually. I like Houston at Tennessee.
Please don't tell me you like Tennessee.
Tennessee's a home underdog. They're getting 5.5 points at home against Houston. Tennessee's
not a trash bag team.
It is a trash bag team, but Houston's not much better right now.
Okay.
And I don't know if Stroud's playing. I don't know what his situation is.
Watch the injury report in that game, please.
I like that game. Any others you like? Because I like that Chicago-Minnesota game too. I wanted to get your thoughts on that particular game. Chicago. Sorry, not.
I'm going to tell you why I like, Chris. I like San Francisco getting points against Arizona. I think Arizona stinks. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not playing. He's got a concussion or something like that. I would take San Francisco getting a field goal, Chris. How is Arizona 3-point favorites over San Francisco?
Well, Brock Purdy's back this week.
I'm taking San Francisco. I'm taking San Francisco in this game. That would be my last
careful
pick.
Because Brissett is handling that offense a lot better than
I know what Brissett is. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to take San Fran. That's my last pick, San Fran.
The other game I liked real quick is Chicago at Minnesota. Okay. Minnesota's favored by 3.
Who do you like there?
I like Minnesota.
Okay. At home.
Yeah, at home.
Yeah.
Bounce back win.
You're just not a fan of Caleb Williams. Huh?
I don't think he's a good quarterback.
You don't like him.
No, I don't. So teasers are in the mix this week. Make sure you take the games that we just gave you across the board.
Figure out a way to tease them.
You could tease it at DraftKings. You could tease it at 6, 6.5, 7. You can get those with depending on the odds.
It was something. An article came out today that the NFL has reached out to these different sites. And because of everything that happened with the NBA and baseball, look at the baseball guys.
They want to get away to the prop bets or something.
They want to limit the amount of prop bets that are offered. So you may have to go to the teasers because I think they're trying to limit the prop bets. So
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but they're trying. They're trying.
It's too much. There's too much money being exchanged right now.
Yeah.
So listen, remember what we told you, bet for want, not for need. And if you got a problem, make sure you seek out some help with any gambling issues. Make sure you're doing that. But the Pats Nation was presented by Corso and Catone, the real deal, New England Field, Saturdays, noon Eastern. Hey, next week, we're going to have our State of the Patriots, talk a little bit more about this, a little exercise after this week is over, and talk about the road to the number 1 seed and so much more. And come back next weekend to this show, 8 a.m. Eastern. We're going to have our pregame breakdown of that Patriots-Bengals game, see if Joe Burrow's back or not, and so much more, as we are the first pregame show of the day. We are the Pats Nation. Enjoy all the games.